Charlie Coyle knew he'd be relied upon heavily for his scoring touch in this tournament. He led the way with a hat trick in Team USA's opener versus Denmark. Jack Campbell, he's been the backbone for Team USA, but today, John Gibson gets the nod. It's USA-Finland. The Americans' first tough task is next. Team USA marched into the World Junior Championship with an offensive explosion. 18 players tallied points, and Charlie Coyle made good on his jersey number by collecting 3 goals against Denmark in Monday's 11-3 rout. Finland, led by the magic of Michael Granlund, will be a dangerous opponent for the Americans. The second step in USA's bid for gold is coming up next. NHL Network and USA Hockey present the 2012 World Junior Hockey Championships. We are live in Edmonton, Alberta. That is the Rexall Place. And today, Team USA takes on Team Denmark. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Edmonton. Alongside Dave Starman, I'm Matt Rosen. Rob Simpson joins us in just a few moments. On Monday, Team USA won their opening game by a score of 11-3. They took care of Denmark pretty easily, Dave. But in that game, head coach Dean Blais was not happy with the penalty killing. It's going to have to improve today against a tough team in Finland.
Absolutely. That falls into Scott Sandelin's department, and he talked to us yesterday about some of the things that he wants to do with it, but it was evident in practice that stops and starts and getting in lanes and having a better idea of who the Finns are and what they're going to do on the power play is going to be a big help for their penalty killer. Now, one guy that can bring some speed to that penalty killing unit is Austin Czarnik, and he's just got speed to burn, and he can play a physical game as well on the offensive side of things. Real good hands, gets into soft spots nicely. The one thing about Czarnik I like, even though he's small, he can really pound you physically. He'll make defensemen remember him as the game goes on in terms of he was the guy that they just got hit by. Great puck mover, as we mentioned, finding those soft spots. He went to Miami University as a freshman this year, filled in for 3 of the best centers who played in the NCAA last year. He stepped in without missing a beat, and he took the shoes of a Hobie Baker Award winner. Not easy to do.
Now, for more on Austin Czarnik, let's meet the third member of our team. That's Rob Simpson. Moments ago, we caught up with the Team USA centerman.
Austin, Team Finland, safe to say you've been reminded that 8-1 score against Canada was dangerously misleading?
Yeah, I mean, they got a lot of good players on that team, and we just got to do what we do best. They're going to come out hungry from that tough loss to Canada, but just got to do little things, block shots, hit, and, just be a good threat out there.
Players like to play in all situations. You've earned time on the power play and penalty kill. How have you done it?
Well, it's just working hard. Guys have been able to find me. I've been able to find them on the power play, so I think that's worked out well. We just got to keep on moving on the power play, get shots, just do little things. And then on the penalty kill, obviously, last game we weren't the best. They went 3 for 3, so we went over penalty kill for a little bit yesterday in practice, and I think we're ready for this. We just got block shots, get pucks out and just work hard.
Austin, thank you. Good luck.
All right, thank you very much.
Team Finland is a team that is always dangerous in this World Junior Championship tournament. On Monday, they lost to Canada by a score of 8-1. They're going to be better today. Their leader, Michael Granlund, will make sure of that.
Hey, Granlund can play in the NHL right now, and he and his brother will play on that same line together. Those guys can find each other in their sleep. He is a dynamic player, great playmaker, good passer, can snipe pretty quickly, and can power the offense. The thing about Granlund is how good he is two ways also. His defense helps create his offense, not only for himself, but for his own line. He is a kid who can play this game extremely well.
Michael Granlund, a first-round pick of the Minnesota Wild. For more on him, let's head downstairs to Rob Simpson.
Yes, Matt, 9th overall to the Minnesota Wild in the 2010 draft, and as Dave mentioned, he is NHL ready. He's still playing in the Finnish Elite League at this moment, but he made the international highlight reel in May in Bratislava during the World Championships with this little lacrosse-style goal against Russia. Now, put this in context. This fancy schmancy goal came in the World Championship semifinal, which Finland won, and then they went on to defeat their arch rival Sweden 6-1 in the World Championship final. So he won a gold with the big club, Team Finland 7 months ago, and now here he is at the World Junior Championships. He played in this 2 years ago, had 7 points in 6 games. Last year he had a concussion and sat out, so Michael Granlund is chomping at the bit. If that's not enough, as Dave mentioned, there's a younger Granlund, Michael, number 11. Look for, or should I say Marcus, number 11, Michael, number 20. Look for both of them. Guys?
Thanks, Rob. Michael Granlund. Let's not get it confused. Michael Granlund will be wearing number 20. His brother Marcus, the younger one, wearing number 11. They're going to be on the top line for Team Finland today. They are two dangerous players. And as we talked about earlier, Finland is a team that lost on Monday to Team Canada. 8-1 was the final score, but they are always very, very dangerous in this tournament. They're a team that certainly will be reckoned with by the end of this tournament.
The one thing about Finland and the way that they play the game is if they hang in there with you, they can make life very difficult. You take a look at that game that they played against last year against the U.S., that's kind of proof. U.S. and Canada with some wins. Czech Republic with a win yesterday as they took care of the Danes. The Finns 0-1, that 8-1 loss to Canada that you just referenced, and Denmark, really, they are getting ready to play that game against Latvia in the relegation round with the hopes of staying in this tournament for next season.
Now for Team USA, they've been having to mix and match their lines because on Monday there was an injury to one of their forwards. Connor Brickley out of the University of Vermont took a skate to the back of his leg.
Yep, Kevin Stedden up in Burlington must be thrilled about this one as he sees one of his key players heading off the bench, and he will miss today's game. He got lucky. It didn't hit an area where it's going to cause anything permanent. And Brickley will miss today's game. He tried to skate this morning, and that was the great thing about Brickley and his compete level. He did everything he could, but just because of where the injury is, it's just in a tough spot behind his leg, and he realized that he could not go today and thought the better of it. We'll wait until Game 3, hopefully.
And you watch that video, and it's so impressive to see him at least try to give it a go. He was going hard for a few steps, and there you see him just in absolute agony. He was not in. He's not feeling too good this morning at 9 a.m. when he tested that leg. So the lines for head coach Dean Blais change a little bit. The one consistent line from Monday is that top line: Charlie Coyle, Brandon Saad, Jason Zucker. They were outstanding Monday. Charlie Coyle with 3 goals, Jason Zucker 3 points, Brandon Saad contributed as well. So that's a top line for Team USA.
Absolutely. They'll be in front of the big guy, John Gibson, in goal. Gibson will get his first start here in the World Junior Tournament. He's a big athletic goaltender. He's a lot of fun to watch. He makes things interesting in the crease just because of how good he is on his feet. His rebound control is solid. He is vocal, and he is emotional.
Sami Atakallio is the goaltender for Team Finland. He was a 4th-round pick from Colorado, 107th overall in the 2010 draft. Christopher Gibson played in goal on Monday against Team Canada, allowed 8 goals. Atakallio gets the start today for Team Finland. He won a bronze in the under-18 tournament last year.
And he looked pretty good a week ago in Calgary against Team Canada in a pre-tournament game up at the Saddledome. He was pretty impressive. Canada brought it for a good chunk of that game, and he withstood the fire.
Take a look at the referees tonight. Devin Klein out of Canada. Brent Reiber from Switzerland. We are underway. USA in blue. They are the home team. Finland in white. That puck goes all the way into the Finland zone, and we have our first whistle and icing called on USA to start. One thing that Dean Blais talked about before the game was defensive zone faceoffs, and that was a key, Dave, as far as their penalty killing goes. They lost draws in their defensive zone. It led to scoring chances for Denmark.
Well, remember, every time they take a draw on the left wing side of the ice, all their centermen are righties, so pulling it back into the tight corner, the short side corner for them is tough.
That shot by Hakanpää was blocked, and here goes Team USA. They start out with Coyle in the middle with Brandon Saad and Jason Zucker. Quick turnover. Here's Palkinen down the right wing with some speed. Tenorti on him. Good job by Jared Tenorti to ride him off the puck. He's got it now for Team USA. Tenorti will backhand it in as Saad gives chase. USA with their first line change. Austin Zarnik on the forecheck. Puck taken back by the Americans. Adam Clendenning, a Boston University product. For Stephen Johns. The stick of Rao, and the Americans have it again back out at center ice.
The Americans are a rush-oriented team, but early in this game, You're going to watch to see whether or not they throw some pucks in. They want to play behind the Finn defense early. They want to set the tone with a good forecheck, use it as a weapon, get the Finnish defenseman looking over their shoulders. Now, so far here, they had one chance to finish a hit behind the net and didn't, and they had another chance to dump one in to get a forecheck established and didn't. So let's follow that through the first few minutes and see where that develops.
And that was a big part of the win for Team Canada on Monday. They were very, very physical against Finland. They were throwing the body constantly. Team USA did a great job on Denmark on Monday, using the body and being physical. It'll be interesting to see if they are able to be as physical today against the better team in Finland. That puck off the skate of Barkov deep into the American zone. Taking a hit behind the net was Trouba. He went down hard. Halkinen gives to Mäkinen. Mäkinen trying to cut out in front. He was stopped by Forbert.
This kid Mäkinen, 4 and white. Keep an eye on him. He is electric back there. He loves to get involved in the play and get up in it. He loves to join the rush, and he is really gifted offensively.
Team Finland certainly not to be taken lightly. They have 11 NHL draft picks on their team.
You can make a case that he is the best offensive defenseman in the game.
Emerson Edom just throws the puck out to center ice as USA makes a line change. Here comes on TJ Tynan and Billy Arnold, joined by Austin Watson.
And this is the big defensive pair for Finland. These are the guys that can power the engine and get the puck moving up ice for them.
USA in Monday's game had 18 different players who scored points. That is something else. Centering pass out in front goes all the way through. To the point, Riikola comes in. Ridden off the puck as Tynan plays it back behind the net. Touch pass from Arnold to Jared Tenorti as USA looking to break out. Austin Watson dumps in. Got a big body, Austin Watson. Kallio plays it around, and Finland able to clear out to center ice.
That's prototypical
right
Stephen
there.
Johns. That's his game right there. Knowing when to step up, knowing when to make a big hit, knowing when he's got somebody to cover him as a forward and take a spot when he steps up to make an impact.
Watson dumps behind the net, going to get it as Coyle. Turnaround shot stopped by Kallio. As the younger Marcus Granlund skates out with it. Halkinen with a big shot, and that went wide. We're going to be seeing a lot of this line. The Granlund brothers, Michael number 20, Marcus number 11, and Halkinen number 6.
And this kid Halkinen can rip it.
Zucker lost the puck. Stephen Johns takes over.
There's an analogy. You would remember this from growing up in New York. He reminds me a lot of Ray Ruotsalainen. He's a forward, whereas Ruotsalainen was a defenseman and played in the NHL for a good long time. Won a Stanley Cup actually here in Edmonton. But Ruotsalainen had a bomb, and this kid does too.
Out at center ice, Derek Forbert trying to dump in. This time he's able to. All the way around, passed out of Kallio. Austin Czarnik trying to gather it up. Dean Blais very happy with the play of Austin Czarnik in that first game against Denmark.
Talking to the staff, they feel he is just so versatile. They can use him in the middle, they can use him on the wing, and then they just love his responsibility.
Centering pass, nice intercept by Josh Archibald, who plays for Dean Blais at the University of Nebraska, Omaha. Hakanpää sends in on goal. That's stopped by John Gibson. He holds on for a whistle. Just 4 minutes, 24 seconds into this first period. Physical play early.
Well, the Finns want to bang. The Americans want to bang. It's with both teams' DNA to do so. And Jacob Trouba takes one behind the net. The draft-eligible kid playing in the National Team Development Program. And there was Stephen Johns, who steps up to make that big hit. Johns, a second-round pick of the Chicago Blackhawks, and they love that physical play that he brings, and they certainly love it in South Bend, Indiana.
That shot from the point stopped by Gibson. His first true test. And out comes Emerson Edom. Down the left wing, Hakanpää on him. That shot, save, rebound, pops up into the air. Grabbed by Edom, he lost it. And now he sends it back into the corner. Here's Nick Bjugstad. Centers off the skate of Emerson Edom, and out comes Finland. A 3-on-3 across the middle. Hakanpää lost it. USA's Nick Bjugstad able to clear it out to center ice. Edom trying to gather it up, but it's taken by Barkov.
Spent some time with Miller yesterday. We talked a little bit about a guy that he thinks is due to break out and due to start ramping up the tournament. And he said, watch Nick Bjugstad. He goes, now he's starting to get his feet underneath him and getting some games in underneath him. He goes, Bjugstad can be a guy that breaks out in a big way very quickly.
Nick Bjugstad battling some injuries, had an upper body injury, kept him out of the exhibition games prior to this tournament. Played on Monday for the first time in a couple weeks. And Dean Blaze said he wasn't as physical as he'd like to see Nick Bukestad. He expects him to be more physical in the games ahead.
Interesting. Chicago with Dale Talon was the GM, had some good success with college players, and now in Florida, Talon is, and he's got a good college player there as a first-round pick in Bukestad.
Austin Watson trying to lead TJ Tynan just out of his reach. Billy Arnold couldn't play it. John Merrill sends it in on goal. Atacalio makes the save, and he holds on for the whistle with 14:07 remaining here in the first period. USA with 3 shots on goal. There's the head coach, Raimo Helminen of Team Finland.
Played with the Rangers, North Star, spent a little time with the Islanders as well. And he is really animated behind that bench. He's really intense. And when he called that timeout against Canada early in the game to stabilize the game, they actually scored right after it, and things look good for them there. But boy, was he giving it to them on that timeout. That was good to see. It was kind of like, hey boys, the tournament started to wake up.
Something interesting about Raimo Helminen, he's played in 6 Olympics, more than any other player. Unbelievable.
That is pretty impressive. Talk about international experience.
He's done a nice job coaching Team Finland. Out to center ice. Hulkinen is offside as he tried to hit Michael Granlund with the puck. 13:44 to go, first period. It's been physical early. We expect more physicality as this one goes on. No score. Welcome back to Rexall Place. Matt Rose and Dave Starman, Rob Simpson with you. No score. As we are in the first period here, Jason Zucker for Team USA sends in Charlie Coyle. It's a hit on Mäkinen. Behind the boards, behind the net, Michael Granlund sends out to center ice. Mäkinen with a shot blocked by Merrill. Merrill still getting his legs underneath him. Hasn't played this year, but in college, I should say, hasn't played for Team Michigan. He's done a nice job thus far for Team USA. Along the near side, that puck grabbed by Saad. Shot from the point, Clendenning, save, rebound. Coyle looking for his 4th goal of the tournament. He was denied. That puck just went wide.
That's Charlie Coyle right there at his best. Scramble in front of the net, able to use his body. He is a workout freak. He lives in the gym, and he is just so physically strong that as an 18-year-old last year, he was able to physically dominate this tournament. Coming back as a 19-year-old and even stronger, a little smarter in terms of how to use that strength and size. He's lights out in front of the net.
Archibald with speed down the left wing. Plays it for Kyle Rao out of the University of Minnesota. Rao puts on the moves behind the net. Wraparound try goes right through the crease. To the point, Stephen Johns. Puck out to center. Rao sends back out for Johns out of Notre Dame.
Rao's locked in pretty well. He made a good play to the net, and then he recovered to get up high, be the 3rd man when he saw possession was undetermined. Picked off a pass at the blue line and kept the offensive play moving, and that just shows you're in the game.
Nice job by Archibald around the boards, but the puck was then lost by Zarnik. There goes Finland into the offensive zone. Driving to the net was Donskoy, but here comes Trouba the other way, the youngest member of Team USA. Gets it back in the slot. Trouba shot save with the left pad by Atacalio. Big save by the Finnish goaltender.
Tremendous recovery to a bad pass that Trouba made. He threw a flat pass right across the zone into the back check of Finland. Almost turned around on him, but he used his speed to get the puck back and get a good chance and made up for it.
Bukestad trying to force the turnover as Armia gets it to the point. That shot blocked in front. And here goes Team USA, a 3-on-2. No, now it's a 3-on-3 as Ruutu comes off the bench. Edom trying to make a move to get around his man. Couldn't do it. Bukestad to help out. That puck goes high up in the air. Edom along the boards. Bukestad plays it off the boards to Adam Clendenning. Just sends right back in. Hoka plays it for Finland.
U.S. physical game in the quiet zones is improving as this game has gone on. First couple of minutes, they didn't get the hits that they wanted. Last 6 or 7, they've put 4 or 5 really good hits on in those quiet zones on the Finnish defense.
JT Miller backhands in. He'll go off for a line change. As Atacalio plays it around the boards, Edom sends right back in, and he'll go off for a quick change. Gravel pulls it down. Now a one-timer. Got it off the heel. Clendenning to the front of the net. USA battles in the corner. Hakanpää. Finland battling along with Barkov. That puck comes back to the point. Tenorti's wrist shot blocked in front. Hakanpää trying to drive it out of the zone. Can't do it. Kept in by Johns. Good play by Johns. Glendening creeping in. Glendening with his shot. He fanned on it. A penalty coming up. It's on Finland. And USA going to get their first power play of the game.
I'm wondering if when Glendening came in, and you mentioned how he didn't get the shot off, and I have a funny feeling that the hook might have had something to do with it. Glendening comes down. No, it wasn't. He just a good stick play to make it. The hook is right behind it, but the Americans get on the power play. But they're starting to push the pace more, Matt, and I think that's real important for them in terms of their confidence level as this game goes on, as Hakanpää will get the gate, and the U.S. will get the man advantage. But tempo for Team USA is a big factor here, especially early.
So Hakanpää for hooking. Time of the penalty, 9:50. So USA on the power play, their first of the game. That shot tipped wide. Edom was right in front. Glendening. Here's Brandon Saad. Saad creeping in, plays in the corner, centering pass for Edom. And that's taken by Riikola and cleared all the way down.
One of the things they were doing yesterday in practice was getting Saad and Edom to the front of the net after some exchange of passes. And the quick play from the corner up to the half boards and then back down to the corner where guys can switch places causes coverage issues for the Finnish defense in terms of who's going to take their man to the net and who of the forwards are going to come down low and help out. And that's what they're trying to expose on this unit right now.
USA sets up that power play. Merrill at the blue line. Now for Emerson Edom. Plays it Medicine Hat. That shot blockered away by Adekalio. Behind the net, USA gathers it again. Bjugstad. Pardon me, that was Saad. And he's got it back. Saad had some trouble with it. And Jason Zucker has to play it back out at center ice. USA was 3 for 4 on the power play on Monday against Denmark. Now they come into the offensive zone offside, stopping play with 43 seconds to go on the penalty to Hakanpää. 8:52 remaining in the first period.
First time I saw Emerson Edom play was 2 years ago. He was playing for Medicine Hat, and they came to play a game in Swift Current. We drove up from Saskatoon to see the game. Medicine Hat got to the game 3.5 hours late, got 15 minutes to get dressed and warm up, and Edom was the best player in the game. It didn't faze him at all. They didn't get into his regular routine whatsoever. They put on their gear, he came out, and he was terrific. And that's what kind of opened my eyes to the fact that this is a kid that not much bothers.
Dave, tell me a little bit about the difference in playing in a tournament for college kids. They typically play on a Friday and Saturday night. They play back-to-back games. Here, they're playing Monday, they're playing Wednesday, back-to-back games Friday and Saturday, but it's a little bit different for them as far as their routine.
Here's where they're at a little bit of a disadvantage. Once you get used to that college schedule, you're not used to playing 6 or 7 games in 11 days. But where they are well suited for it is once you get to the medal round and it's one and done. That's college hockey. And once you get to the NCAA tournament, you are one and done all over the place.
Team USA 0 for 1 on the power play as Hakanpää comes out of the box. JT Miller to the point. That shot goes wide by Derek Forbert. Michael Granlund trying to clear. Actually, that's Marcus Granlund digging free. Archibald with a shot that went off a skate of Michael Granlund. Into the corner, Tynan. Good work. But the puck is taken by Finland back out to center ice. Bouncing puck, grab right back by Team USA. Archibald left side. Miller shot blocked. Hoka was able to keep it from reaching the net.
That pass was so good by Archibald. I don't think Miller was ready for it.
Granlund sends to the front of the net. It was tipped. Forbert takes it for Team USA. Palkinen falls down. Forbert gave it back to Palkinen. Palkinen's pass was blocked, and here's Jacob Trouba. Up for Kyle Rao. Team USA will make a full line change.
Tom Ward told me before the game that Jacob Trouba, as a 17-year-old, played like a 20-year-old in Game 1 against Denmark, and he's showing it again tonight.
Offside here. 7:01 to go. First period. USA, Finland. No score.
Finland, USA, no score first period. USA on the PK for the first time. 3 for 3. Denmark went on the power play the other night. So a lot of work on the penalty kill at practice yesterday for USA. Very simple. Scott Sandlin, the assistant coach, who's in charge of it. Good sticks, stops and starts. Good sticks, stops and starts. Dave's going to explain it. We'll see how they do.
Yeah, you know, the one thing you always want to do is get shot lanes. Winning faceoff is going to be a big key also here. That one they don't come up with.
So power play for Finland. Coyle is in the penalty box. Time of the penalty, 12:59. Pulkkinen winds up and fires wide. So Pulkkinen, a forward, number 6 for Finland, playing the point. He's got it again. Big shot. That one sails wide. Oh, he was looking for that far post. Just missed. Granlund. As they send back in, Ristolainen. Tinordi taken down. Penalty call. Marcus Granlund pulled down Tinordi, and that'll even things up. So 32 seconds into the power play for Finland. Granlund pulls down Tinordi, and we'll be playing 4-on-4 for minute 28.
Oh, nothing drives coaches more insane than when you take an offensive zone penalty, especially when that penalty is on the power play. A, you lose your man advantage, and now B, you wind up with a face-off in your own defensive zone because you're the infracting team. Is infracting a word? Want to go with it?
We'll have to look at infracting.
Sure. It's a Sal Messina word, but
Sal Red Light Messina.
Well, but that coaches, it really bothers coaches when players take lazy stick penalties in the offensive zone, and it's funny too because a lot of times it winds up costing you a goal against.
So the penalty is Marcus Granlund for hooking. Time of the penalty 13:31. We'll be skating four-side for minute 28. USA starting out with Saad and Zucker up front, Clendening and Stephen Johns as they go 4-on-4. Here's Zucker. Couldn't get around Mäkinen, and it's taken away by Finland. Big hit as Saad, it may have been a knee. Let's see, Saad collided with Salomaki, but the penalty is Zucker behind the play.
Now, Salomaki's a big, hard, working, honest, physical kid, and he can give the U.S. some fits as this game goes on, just in terms of how well he plays on a physical level. There's a slash by Zucker, and good hit by Saad at the line. Saad, the big boy, 22 in blue, they really want Saad to get involved. They want him to be a physical force, and he is starting to get that part of his game working. And the one thing about Saad, and we talked about it in Camrose, he and I, he feels better when he's in a flow, he feels better when he's in a rhythm, and he feels better when he's getting body work done, and that's going to be a big part of his game.
So 55 seconds remaining on the penalty to Charlie Coyle. Zucker's in the penalty box for slashing at 14:02. Big drive from the point that went just wide.
By the way, U.S. is 0 for 2 defensive zone faceoffs, shorthanded, and that was the big point of emphasis yesterday in their meeting. They've got to win draws, and remember, they've got a lot of righties, so it makes them a little bit more predictable.
Good job by Tinordi to clear the puck all the way down. 4-on-3 power play, 25 seconds remaining on the penalty to Charlie Coyle. Here's Granlund, Michael Granlund. Pulkkinen, big shot, save with the right pad by Gibson, and USA able to clear. Good save by John Gibson. Gibson plays for the Kitchener Rangers as Granlund creeps in. Drops for Pulkkinen. Pulkkinen looking for Granlund. He's got him. Granlund holds. That pass intercepted by Edom, trying to gain control. He does, and he'll just flip it the length of the ice. 4-on-4 now for 22 seconds. And then Marcus Granlund will come out of the penalty box, and they'll be on yet another power play for about 31 seconds. Clendening now for Johns. Trying to gain some speed. He'll slide it in or send it in on goal. It's gloved down by Adicalio. Taken away by Charlie Coyle. Now it's a power play for Finland. Coyle just sends in. USA will make a change as Austin Zarnik and Josh Archibald come onto the ice for Team USA. Finland now 0 for 2 on the power play, with 9 seconds remaining on the penalty to Jason Zucker. Good stop at the blue line by USA. They clear all the way down. Zucker's out of the box. Teams are back at full strength.
That's got to give them a lot of confidence, too. They've gotten through 3 man-down situations. 1 the full, 2 were partials. But even though they lost a couple of faceoffs in the process, their work ethic was better.
Donskoy pushes it up ahead for Armia. Centering pass back for Donskoy, and it went right through. Here comes Archibald out to center ice. Archibald fell down at the red line. He's able to dump in.
It's a different style of dump in. It's the swan dive dump in.
9.5 on the
That's
dive?
exactly what it is, a little artistry to it.
There's Kevin Gravel off the back wall. Saad trying to chip it in deep, but it's played back out to center ice. Altonen denied at the blue line by Forbert. Gravel reverses.
Good stick by Forbert, too. He used his range, he used his size, and he got the puck off the stick of his man and disconnected the attack. And just real nice gap by Forbert. It's a part of his game that is continuing to improve at North Dakota.
Bouncing puck, USA trying to gain control. Saad couldn't get it. And now it's taken by Derek Forbert off the glass, but he turned it over. That shot stopped with the left pad by Gibson.
Well, one thing Gibson's shown so far is the ability to make saves to his extremities. He had to reach out the right pad on a one-timer on the power play, and now he kicks out the left pad to show equal distance or equal range both sides.
Jason Zucker sends in. He goes off for a line change as that puck is played back out to center ice. Jake Trouba. To Emerson Edom. Takes a hit from Hakanpää. Bukestad gets to it. Slides it behind the net. Going to get it is JT Miller. He comes together with Ristolainen as the puck comes back to the blue line. Trouba's shot deflects up and off the back glass. Emerson Edom comes back in. Ristolainen takes it for Finland, but gives it up for Bukestad. Bukestad turns it over. Finland can't clear. Bouncing puck. USA has it back. JT Miller trying to get it on his stick. Miller again. Miller. Centering pass that was blocked. Good job by Ristolainen on this shift for Team Finland. And now they escape. Going down the right wing with speed was Michael Curtin, but that shot goes up into the netting, stopping play with 1:35 remaining here in the first period. Hey fans, follow Team USA on Facebook and Twitter. Join in the conversation as the United States looks for gold at the 2012 IIHF World Junior Hockey Championships.
Yeah, one guy that's going to be a big part of that if they get there is Billy Arnold. Came out of Boston College. Good two-way player for Jerry York and the Eagles.
Finland in the offensive zone. Here's Michael Granlund. One of the players to watch, certainly in this tournament. Great move by Mäkinen, but then he lost control.
Yeah, Mäkinen realized that Watson didn't have a stick. And as soon as he saw that, he knew get to the outside because Watson took the inside lane, which was smart. But Mäkinen just knew he had a lane to go, and he had no interference potential as he drove.
It created a roar from the crowd. Here's a chance for the United States, but Watson fanned on the shot.
They must have gave him the wrong stick.
Cutting in the other way. Here's Pulkkinen's shot. That was blocked in front just wide. Watson takes over for USA with 45 seconds to go here in the first period.
You know, you watch Pulkkinen, he's very deceptive as a skater. He's almost quicker than he is faster with those quick little bursts of speed in short spaces. You know, over the course of 200 feet, he doesn't look like he's got blazing speed, but in short spaces, he can be deadly with his feet.
Pulkkinen, a Detroit Red Wing draft pick. He was picked in the 4th round in 2010. Backhander in front, save Gibson, and he's got it underneath of him. As a pile in the crease.
You know, the last thing you want to do against skilled lines is play the puck as a defenseman. You're asking for trouble. And if you can gap up on a guy and keep your stick and use it as a weapon, that's one thing. But Zarnik gets caught fishing here as Finland walks out of the corner to get a chance to the net. So instead of establishing defensive position and riding the player out, he went for the quick fix. It didn't work, and it gave Finland a pretty good chance. But that is something, and I'm talking about both sides, for if you're a defenseman and you're playing against skill level, the last thing you want to do, play the puck, keep your eye on the guy's logo, and maintain a good angle on him and keep him to the outside.
John Gibson having a great year for Kitchener. 14-6-0 is the record on the year. 2.52 goals against average, a .933 save percentage. That's outstanding, .933.
Think about how well he's played. Think about how well Jack Campbell's played. Think about the fact that they could be the 1-2 punch right now at the University of Michigan. they both had some intentions to be there, and then both chose the OHL route. But could you imagine that as a 1-2 combo with the NCAA?
Michigan would have a much different look this year. As the first period comes to an end, as the horn sounds, USA and Finland no score. Team USA 8 shots on goal. Finland only credited with 4 shots, but John Gibson looked very good for Team USA. Thoughts on the first period?
You mentioned those 4 shots. 2 of those 4 shots were labeled. And, Finland in the game against Canada, they had some opportunities and didn't convert. And for them, that's going to be vital. But I thought John Gibson gave a great stabilization factor in the net for them. I thought the U.S. was able to push the pace and, for the most part, play at their tempo in this game. They got pucks in. They sent a message to the Finland defense. They're going to be under assault. I think as games go on, you start tenderizing the beef in the offensive zone. Those forechecking opportunities and those hits will eventually create some goals for you.
Let's head downstairs now to Rob Simpson, who's with JT Miller. Rob.
Matt, thanks very much. JT, first of all, especially in comparison to the other night, give me the things you liked a lot better about this first period.
I think we all came out and knew what we need to do against Finland, and we need to go hard because they always are known for a hard-going team, and we just need to get to our strengths down low and try to outwork them down there and beat them out of the corners. I think we did that pretty well. Officially,
you're the home team this afternoon, but you're always public enemy number 1 when you're playing on a Canadian rink. So how do you guys react to that?
We use it as motivation, I think, and it just helps us even more. I think when everybody's cheering against you, it's just really pumps us up and amps us up to really go after it tonight.
JT, good luck the rest of the night.
Yeah, thanks.
Matt?
Thanks, Rob. JT Miller having a great year in Plymouth, 39 points in 31 games played. USA would love his offense. It's been a physical first period. We'll see more of that in the second. No score, 1 NHL on the fly is coming up next.
Inspire another little girl to dream with a once-in-a-lifetime chance to see the best women's hockey players in the world in Burlington this April. Olympians from 8 nations gather to determine world supremacy in the IIHF Women's World Championship. Will the United States win the gold for an unprecedented 4th straight year? Get tickets online now at Burlington2012.com or the University of Vermont Athletic Ticket Office. Don't wait, as tickets are going fast.
No score with Team Finland. Assistant coach Scott Sandlin. We like the penalty kill much better in that first period.
Well, I thought we did a good job. Obviously, it was kind of the first 4-on-3 we saw, but I thought our guys did a good job of getting in front of the passing lanes, and we just need to stay out of the box. And hopefully, if that's all the power plays they get, we'll be in good shape.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thank you,
guys.
All right, thank you very much, Rob. As we are underway here in the second period. Finland trying to go to work offensively. They managed just 4 shots on goal in the first period. USA starts out with Jason Zucker, Brandon Saad, and Charlie Coyle up front. These guys combined for 7 points in the opener. Right side here's Pulkkinen for Finland. His pass intercepted by Team USA, and there goes Brandon Saad. Saad dumps in cross corner. He'll go off for a change as that puck comes right in, and Adalenko had to make a save. Went off a skate or a stick, and he had to be alert.
Key was Charlie Coyle never stopped moving his feet. Off the dump in, Saad cranked it in.
Archibald with some speed, lost control. Rao gets to it. This is a very small line for Team USA. Rao, Archibald, and Zarnik. As Rao plays it right through the crease. Puck taken away by Armia, and here he goes. Armia takes a hit at the blue line by Stephen Johns. He's been physical today. That puck turned over behind the net. Finland has control. Shot blocked by Adam Clendening. Taken back by Finland. Out in front off a skate and pushed just wide. Oh, dangerous times for Team USA. Salamaki with it. Turns, shoots, he scores! Mika Salamaki off the wrist shot. Beats John Gibson in Finland. A minute 21 here into the second period. Has taken a 1-0 lead.
We've often said the forecheck is the greatest weapon in hockey. And you get pucks in, you get a chance to go to work. And here's what they do. Clendening, they have a pass that didn't get where it was supposed to go, and all of a sudden, USA is scrambling. And when that started, puck gets to the front of the net. Defensive guys are open. The play that starts to lead to the goal happens right here. Johns gets in a one-on-one situation. He protects the front of the net, doesn't let the Finnish player get through to the front, but in doing that, gave him an opportunity to get a quick shot off. Salamaki with a good snipe as he read where the stick of Johns was going. Knew he had a lane to the net. Knew he had the goalie deep and took it.
Mika Salamaki, a Nashville draft pick. He was picked 52nd overall in 2011. He played in last year's World Junior Championships, had 3 points. And he gives Team Finland a big goal here, and they have a 1-0 lead as this second period is just minutes in. The whistle comes in as the puck was touched with a high stick. Salamaki gets his first of the tournament from Armia. Time of the goal, 1:21.
You come out of a good period like Team USA did, and the one thing you want to do, obviously, is continue the momentum. In the first 5 minutes of a period are momentum swing portions of a period. If you can control the first 5, you have a pretty good chance of controlling the next 10 when things can really begin to open up for you both sides and watch teams start to trade chances. Now, you give Finland a little jump in their step and you give them a little belief.
Finland didn't have too much of that on Monday as Canada took care of them 8-1. Let's see how Team USA responds, as this is the first time in the tournament that they've trailed. Nice pass to TJ Tynan. That shot by Trouba. Glove saved by Adekalio. And he holds on.
I like the response by the U.S. as they quickly come out and win a shift right after giving up a goal and get the puck down the other way. Good to get opportunity. Trouba has been a physical force through a couple of games. He's also been a positional force through a couple of games, and he can push the pace offensively. He can play well in his own end. Here's a chance that he got in period number 1. He didn't like the pass he made, but he recovered well enough on his mistake to get a second chance. But he's been physical. His gaps have been great, and he is playing like a veteran in a kid's body.
The kid is right, 17 years old. The youngest kid was not invited to the evaluation camp this summer in Lake Placid, but had such a good year playing for the national team developmental program that they had to give him a look, and he has just continued to impress. That shot tipped, loose puck in the crease, and no one knows where it is. Finally, the referee blows the whistle as it was under Sammy Adekalio.
Face-off such an important part of the offensive zone game, and remember, in international play, not a lot of scrambles. Most of them are pretty clean, so once you win one, you can get offense going, and the U.S. does. And the place where I think the U.S. is dominating the game right now and could be a deciding factor as it goes along, their presence in the crease, their presence in the paint in front of the goaltender has been really good since the open and drop of the pocket. The more scrambles you create, the more indecision you create by the goaltender. So who's got possession of the puck in front of the net? The more goals, the more chances you're going to score. And it wears down defensemen when those scrambles happen a lot.
What you'd like to see also on that last play was Nick Bjugstad in his big 6'5" body going to the front of the net. That pass in Bjugstad's skates, and he got a shot off and a nice save by Adekalio. Had a little bit of trouble with it as Armia was hit hard by Tenorti. Good hit by Tenorti at center ice. And now Armia comes to lay a body on Bjugstad. Emerson Edom over skates for Team USA, and Hakanpää skates out, but another hit. Miller collides with Donskoy.
Miller's hurt. Miller's coming off slow, and he is bent over on the U.S. bench. He's hurt.
Looked like they collided knee to knee. We'll have to take another look as the whistle comes in on an icing.
That's Dr. Phil Johnson, who is down there with him. And Miller came off. As soon as that hit happened, he was hunched over, and he needed some help getting into the bench and over. And you lose a guy like Miller, who's such a physical force, that's got such a great pair of hands. That's trouble. It was good physical play going up the ice. His Army had finished the hit. And as the play kept going on, it just was body for body coming up the ice, and Miller took the worst of one.
Off the draw, that shot from Adam Clendenning sails wide. Keep you updated on JT Miller. Still on the bench, seems to be okay as the trainers have stopped talking to him. Turnover in front as Donskoy almost had a scoring chance.
That's 2 on Clendenning in this period right now, and not typical of his style of play, but he's just got to wake himself up.
Good lead pass for Saad. He lost control but gets it back. Tried to hit Gravel with the pass, and it's intercepted by Palkinen. Out to center, Ristolainen dumps in. Into the corner, Gravel goes to get it for Team USA. Palkinen all over him. Finland takes it away. Palkinen looking to center. Off the stick of Gravel, and here goes Team USA the other way, Jason Zucker. Zucker will dump in and goes off for a change. 4 minutes gone by. Second period, Finland with an early goal here in the second. They take a 1-0 lead. Kyle Rau battles along the boards, but it's grabbed by Finland and set into the American zone. Forbert comes over out of North Dakota. Michael Granlund with a turnaround shot. Austin Czarnik takes over for Team USA. Pushed it up ahead for Forbert. Forbert takes a hip check by Miro Hovinen as the puck comes back out in the Team USA zone. Austin Czarnik in. That shot stopped by Adekalio.
That's a nice read, too. He realized at the last minute he had some space to shoot, and he took it.
Austin Czarnik had a nice game on Monday. He impressed his coaches. I know he impressed you, Dave. You were very pleased with his play.
Well, I've been impressed. It's a goal that he scored at Ferris State earlier in the season. He took a right off a face-off, jumped into the slot.
That puck goes off the skate. Turnaround shot. Comes right out in front off the glass. And it's now pushed back into the corner. Another opportunity for Finland. They've had quite a few. Nice moves at the blue line by Mäkinen. That shot stopped by Gibson. And he holds on for the whistle. 5 minutes, 16 seconds to go. They're gone by in the second period. Is that last opportunity for Finland?
We mentioned earlier in the telecast that Mäkinen at number 4, the defenseman, he can really create offense from anywhere he is. And there makes a good play at the point to get things moving. Puck bouncing around on the top of the net and comes loose. If the puck stays up there, the goaltender can actually cover it, and it's a legal play to freeze the play.
John Gibson very lucky as that puck bounced off the top of the net. It hit his pad. If it hits just a few inches behind his pad, that could bounce right back in and go into the net. So very lucky. It's still a 1-0 game.
Well, they're just finishing up on the Czarnik thing. Backhand snipe from 25 feet, top shelf. I mean, that was a goal in any league.
Out at center ice, Finland certainly has a lot of confidence in this game. Bouncing puck as it's played deep into the USA-N. Merrill trying to gain control. Bill Arnold is right there. Merrill takes a hit behind the net. Finally, USA able to work it out. TJ Tynan trying to gain some speed. Tynan, he's got Watson with a shot. Save, rebound. Watson, it's in his skates, and it's covered up by Adekalio. Austin Watson with a good opportunity. A little pushing and shoving after the whistle by both teams. Sammy Riikola and TJ Tynan are going at it.
You got to be careful. You throw a punch and you can sit for a long time.
Tynan had the helmet knocked off. The linesmen separate those two. Finland with an early goal here in the second period. They have a 1-0 lead.
TJ Tynan up on his horse and gets moving with speed, blows the D back, and they get a good chance as they get their late man game going. And then Austin Watson goes to work. Watson's got a pro body, a pro stick, and he makes some things happen in front of the net and gets the goaltender occupied.
Let's head downstairs to Rob Simpson. Rob.
Yeah, and the reason Tynan was so upset is Riikola went a little Ed Van Imp on him. He had the finger gouge going to the eye sockets. And for the more mature members of our audience, you might remember Ed Van Imp from the Broad Street Bullies. I'll tell you, it was ugly stuff as he went fingers to the eyes on Tynan, and that's why he was so upset, guys.
So Tynan's in the penalty box for Team USA, and Sammy Riikola is in the box for Finland. So 4-on-4 hockey as that pass was chipped, redirected by Edom. It comes right out in front. Turnaround shot by Edom is stopped aside by Adekalio. Now it's Tenorti with a right point. Miller's shot or pass went off the midsection of Bjugstad. Emerson Edom trying to dig it free. Bjugstad is there along the boards. Bjugstad able to take it away momentarily, but Ristolainen clears out to center ice. Tenorti will send right back in. As Adekalio will play it, but nice job by Bjugstad to steal. Tried to center and hit Edom as the goaltender was caught behind the net.
It's very rare to see a goalie lose a one-on-one battle behind the net.
That puck taken by Ristolainen. Minute 5 remaining on the 4-on-4. Out to center for Michael Granlund. He'll take it all the way back behind the net as Brandon Saad forces him back. And then again forced behind. This time Charlie Coyle on him. And now it's Hakanpää. Hoivanen dumps in the corner, takes a strange carom right out in front, but a nice job by Stephen Johns to play it back, keeping it out from going in front.
The size of Johns that makes the play there. And the one thing Finland has not been good at in this game, or let's turn this around, one thing the U.S. has been good at, their big defensemen have won a lot of battles behind the goal line in their defensive zone, and because of that, it's the reason Finland only has 7 shots and not more. U.S. defensemen and their size, a big factor in that area.
Hakanpää lost the puck behind. That created the turnover. That shot from John sails wide. Saad battles there with Granlund. It's taken over. Could be a breakaway, but a little bit late was Mäkinen getting Pulkkinen the puck. Turnover in the USA zone. Teams are back at full strength as Tynan comes out of the penalty box. He'll go off for a change as Pulkkinen trying to weave his way in. Trouba forces him wide. Puck comes to Granlund. Granlund holds. Centering pass goes right through. Off the body of Ville Pokka.
That was a good play by Forbert. He got caught in no man's land, but he got big and he created an obstacle and he got away with it.
Granlund forced back to the blue line. A bouncing puck taken by Team USA. But it's a hand pass is whistled as Kyle Rau touched the puck. You mentioned a few moments ago about Stephen Johns, how big he is in his side. Look at these giants for Team USA.
Yeah, they got a lot of beef back there, and it's the reason they can be able to withstand aggressive physical teams coming in at them. Best line I heard about this group when they were all with the under-18 program, as you can see, the height just keeps rolling. Scout I know was at one of the under-18 games last year, and was watching them come out, and he says, you know what, Dave? He goes, I can't believe how big these guys are. They're bigger than Michigan's defense, the game being in Ann Arbor. And I said, Michigan's not that big. He said, I was talking about the football team. I mean, these guys look like linebackers.
There's some big boys along the blue line for Team USA. Shot was stopped by Altikainen. Save again off the stick of Trouba. Here's Ruutu. He'll try to send one in. Forbert blocked it. And Billy Arnold takes it for Team USA. Arnold dumps it in. Tynan pushed off the puck by Hakanpää. Tinordi gets it back for Tynan. Off his stick, Tynan's got it as Watson gave him the puck. Tynan to the blue line, Tinordi. Tinordi looks, wrist shot, saved by Altikainen, excuse me, as Miller takes control for Team USA. Miller, nice move. Miller cutting in, shoots, save made, rebound. Miller has it again. Fanned on the pass, trying to get it to Tinordi, and Alexander Ruutu floats it back into the USA-N.
That's how a guy like Miller can impact a game, just because of his physical size, ability to work off his off wing and get to the net.
USA quickly in. That shot by Edom sailed wide. Bjugstad cutting out in front. Bjugstad lost control. Good job by Hämäläinen to take it away from him. USA 12 shots here in the second period. Finland just 3, but it's Finland with a 1-0 lead.
The one thing you're learning about the goaltender for Finland is he's a very good first save goalie, but he also gives you a lot of big rebounds, and with the U.S.'s presence in the slot, can work to their advantage as it goes along.
NHL Network's new nightly signature show is NHL Tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Time on a nightly basis. Tonight, immediately following the Canada-Czech Republic game. NHL Tonight, every highlight, every game, every night.
This game looks very much like the last 2 times these 2 teams met, the medal round and, or I should say the semifinal round in Saskatoon 2010, and last year in the opening game 2011, kind of tight to the vest. Finland's one of those teams that can make you play a lot wider than you want to play. They take away your support game well.
Canada dominated Finland on Monday. The final score was 8-1. What are they doing differently today against Team USA? We knew it was going to be a different game, a much closer game, that Finland didn't bring their A game on Monday. But do we know it was going to be like this? That shot, we'll get to that in a minute, as Zarnik was robbed in the slot. Pokka on him. Zarnik still working. Behind the net, Kyle Rau lost control, and it's taken by Hovinen and out to center ice.
Simplistically, goaltending is your answer. I mean, they're getting saves today where they didn't get saves in game 1. The other thing was, the U.S. has had a very good physical presence in this game. You can't fault them for that. I mean, they've generated some grade A chances, and the goaltender's been good. Canada tried to run Finland out of the building the other night. I mean, there were some big-time heavy hits in that game, and you're wondering if the Finns are a little more comfortable in this game with the way the physical pace is being played. They got the wake-up call.
Big hit in the corner. Salamaki knocked down Kyle Rau. Rau behind the net goes right back after Sami Riikola. And now a hit again by Salamaki, this time on Archibald. Austin Zarnik. He gets tripped up. No call as Ristolainen was all over it. He fires the puck off the glass all the way down. This will be an icing. And Finland a little bit tired. They're not going to be able to change. Here's the last good scoring chance for Team USA.
They often draw it as a good clean win too, as they get the puck back and you get a chance to get it in action. And that's one of these little plays that Team USA and a lot of other teams like to use. You get an off winger who can shoot through back on a scramble and get a quick shot to the front of the net or jump into the seam. And U.S. trying all different kinds of things to get to the goaltender. And again, good first save guy, but rebounds have been there.
Tenorti's pass comes over to Charlie Coyle. Finds Jason Zucker. That puck went off his stick. Riikola takes over for Finland off the glass. And this one goes deep into the USA end. And again, another icing. Let's check in with Rob.
Dave, just to combine a few of your thoughts, you pointed out how what a nice job the Finnish defensemen have done in terms of helping out their goalkeeper. They have, but again, as you also pointed out, he's given up some juicy rebounds. I think the key word now for the offense for the Team USA just becomes patience, because they're going to continue to get chances down here.
Thanks, Rob. Face off deep in the Finland zone after the icing. Salomaki takes it for Team Finland. The Young Lions, they call this Finnish team. Merrill pushes it off the boards as he avoids a hit. Tenorti has it for Team USA. Looking to tie the game. That shot went off the glove of Ida Kallio. Now to the point. Tenorti keeps it in momentarily. Granlund forces it out to center ice. That puck gathered up by the younger Granlund brother. Out in front for Pulkkinen, comes all the way through. Michael Granlund trying to get the puck on his stick, couldn't get it, and here goes Team USA. Down the right wing. Tynan drops off. Billy Arnold backhand try. That was blocked in front.
Tynan is so good at getting the puck to his wingers or getting the puck moving. That time he should have probably been a little bit more selfish and shot the puck because he had an opportunity to do so.
Pulkkinen plays it off the skate of the referee. USA turns it over. Going down to the ice was Granlund. Saad trying to chip it out, couldn't do it. Out in front, Granlund couldn't get the shot off. Great play by Jake Trouba to tie up his stick, not allowing Granlund to get a good scoring chance. 7:15 to go, second period. Finland on top of USA, 1-0.
8 in blue is Jacob Trouba, and he has had a great first period, a great tournament so far. And here, he covers himself up like he did in period number 1. A little scrambling play in front of that. He's thinking all offense, so possession wasn't determined yet. What a recovery he made with the long stick. And the key to that play was it came right back down the middle, tracked back to the house, and was able to make a good play.
Jake Trouba playing like a veteran on this Team USA blue line. Miller sends in deep. That puck swung around the boards. Forbert was hoping to keep it in, but Ruutu for Finland able to send it out to center ice. It's dumped in near corner, taken by Forbert. Now for Trouba. Miller takes it along the boards. That puck taken away by Aaltonen. Aaltonen in the corner. Big hit by Jake Trouba, knocks him down. Emerson Edom now for Team USA. Lost it. Forbert got it in front, but it's cleared out by Finland. Finland doing a nice job in front, not letting Team USA get many second chances.
Conversely, on the other side of things, Team USA's back check in this game has been really, really good. I mean, they have gotten to the middle.
Nice move by Bjugstad in front, drops off for Edom. That pass comes through to Miller, but he couldn't get a shot off. To Clendenning at the point. That shot blocked by Pajanen, and he works it back out to center ice. Pajanen still with it, right side. Kurinen with a shot, tipped wide. Finland with an opportunity. Kurinen down the right wing. Kurinen in the corner. Clendenning missed the hit. Edom trying to work it out of the zone. Nice job by Pajanen to come over, but USA able to work it out to center ice. 5:45 to go, second period. Salomaki keeps it in along the blue line. Zarnik puts a hit on him. Off the glove of Clendenning, and he's able to chip it out to center ice. Armia Ardia comes in to the right side. Shot off the leg of Clendenning. He's taking a long shift out there, Clendenning. USA needs a line change.
That's a big risk of that second period. You don't get a good clear and a good chip in, and you can strand some guys, especially on the back line, and especially the defenseman on the far side of the ice, because he's always going to be the last guy to change.
Rao pushes it up for Archibald to avoid the check of Hakanpää, and now Team USA able to get a line change. Still on the ice is Johns, who fell down at the blue line. Zarnik trying to clear. He's forced off the puck by Donskoy, but here comes TJ Tynan with some speed. Forced into the boards. Takes a big hit as two Finnish players. Hakanpää comes over with Mäkinen as they roughed him up along the boards. There's Mäkinen. Offside. Stopping play. 4:35 to go. A little pushing and shoving now as Salomaki gets into it with Tenorti and TJ Tynan. Let's head downstairs to Rob.
Fellas, taking a look at that last opportunity for Team USA just a few moments ago. One extra pass. Boy, just fire that puck. You got bodies going to the net, Dave.
The one thing that I think skilled teams are always guilty of is that one extra play. And when you get into a situation like this, sometimes you face a hot goaltender, and as players, you start to think to yourself, we're going to have to do something to figure out how to beat this guy, and you get away from what you do best, and that is getting pucks to the net. I mean, there's no such thing as a bad shot when you're trying to get a game tied up, and when you try to get too fancy, when you pass up chances from the grade A area, obviously, most often, you wind up hurting yourself rather than helping yourself, and, you know, sometimes the shooting gallery is a good thing.
There's a lot of offensively gifted players on this Team USA, and as you said, I mean, sometimes it's almost, you know, you're trying to be a little too unselfish and set up your teammates.
Yeah, I think back a couple of years ago when Team USA won gold in Saskatoon, you had a Kyle Palmieri who loved to shoot. You had a Jordan Schrader who loved to shoot. Boy, was he ever good at it. You had a Chris Kreider who just loved to shoot. And Danny Cristo who loved to shoot. Jerry D'Amigo who loved to shoot. They had a lot of shooters, and, you know, but that mentality will develop as the tournament goes on.
Tenorti couldn't keep the puck in at the blue line. USA must clear the zone. Riikola has it for Team Finland. Up for Michael Granlund, now right side. Balkin centering pass comes right through, looking to hit Marcus Granlund, the younger brother. Just missed him. Good idea by Finland. That puck comes right through and a tip, but that went just wide. Taken back by Ristolainen. This is the key line, the big line for Finland. The Granlund brothers and Palkinen do just a terrific job. Jared Tenorti lost the puck. Palkinen sends back, and he's got it in the corner. Palkinen taken away by Brandon Saad, trying to chip it past Haka. But Paka's able to take it away and dump into the USA-N. Tenorti goes to get it. He lost control behind the net now. Centering pass comes right through. Aaltonen looking to get the shot. Now that puck goes right through again. Miller.
The last couple of shifts, they've been able to get on Tenorti. Tenorti's a big guy with long arms and a long stick, so it takes him a little extra second to get pucks teed up and get his arms moving to where he wants to go. And Finland's done a nice job eliminating his ability to move the puck last couple of times down the ice.
Aaltonen has it for Finland. Aaltonen centering pass tipped by Ruutu just wide. Off the corner boards. Here goes Emerson Edom. Alexander Ruutu on him. Bouncing puck comes in the slot. Miller couldn't get the shot off as Hovinen was on him to the point. Forward. Creeps in. That shot goes wide off the back wall.
That was an intentional wide, too, because he didn't have a lane to the net, but he made a good play instead of getting trapped with it at the point.
Trouba sends it back to Forward. 2:35 to go. Second period. Finland with a 1-0 lead. Hainen up ahead for Aaltonen, cutting in. Nice play again. It's Jake Trouba. Trouba lost his stick. He got it caught between the legs of Hainen. Now he's got it back.
But it still made a play. See, that's when you know you're doing well. You lose your stick, and your stick can still make a play.
Kyle Rao with some speed, sends it in deep, looking to go get it. Zarnik comes in, lays a hit on his man, taken away by Ristolainen. Clendenning looking to hit Rao with a pass, but that went off a stick of Team Finland, and Riikola sends back into the USA-N. Clendenning's pass off the stick of Archibald. Finland has it. Centering pass for Salomaki comes through to Hakanpää with a shot, and a save by Gibson. He's got it underneath of him. A minute 41 to go here in the second period. Finland with a good scoring chance.
Hakanpää's a big rig, who's a St. Louis Blues draft choice, probably going to make his way to North America next year to start his pro career. And he had a tee up waiting for him. He just let it go. And good save there by the goaltender Gibson. A nice pursuit by the U.S. defense. The puck possession in this game through the second period, even though they've only got 9 shots, Finland's done a nice job with puck possession. They have not manufactured the grade A chances that Team USA has had, but when they've had the puck, they have made sure they've got it ahead, got it forward, and gained the line.
Hakanpää, the final defenseman cut from the Finnish World Junior Championship team last year. And this game, he's been very, very impressive. Face off to the left of Gibson. Coyle wanted in the corner, but Finland has it. Now they give it back up to Stephen Johns. Coyle pushes it up for Jason Zucker with some speed. Now Brandon Saad down the right wing. Centering pass blocked. Coyle with a sharp angle shot off the glass, high and wide. Glendening at the right blue line. Couldn't control the puck as it bounced over his stick. Taken by Arnia, sends all the way in. Coyle trying to use his speed to get past Donskoy. Coyle has it. And that pass, bouncing puck. Taken away by Arnia. Just slide it in deep. Nordy sends back for Saad. Dangerous pass, but he's able to push it up for Jason Zucker, who floats it into the Finland zone. Ristolainen couldn't play it. That shot by Coyle is stopped by Adekalio. Good save by Adekalio from the sharp angle shot of Charlie Coyle. And no rebound. Hey fans, it's the 75th anniversary season of USA Hockey. And we invite you to join the thousands of others that have contributed $75 to help support the continued development of hockey in the United States. Visit USAHockeyFoundation.com to show your support by making your gift now. An offensive zone draw for USA. It's won by Finland. Pulkkinen couldn't get it. Tenorti keeps it in at the blue line. But now Pulkkinen, he had a chance. But a good play coming back. Team USA. Merrill for Watson. Looking to hit Tynan. Tynan takes the puck, finds Watson. Big shot blocked in front.
Watson, right idea. Try to find a late man, but he threw a pass right into traffic, and Tynan wasn't close enough.
25 seconds to go in the period. Austin Watson. And now it's Jared Tenorti. Sends out to center all the way in the Finland zone. It went off the skate, but it will be ruled an icing. And the faceoff will come back in the USA-N with 9.7 seconds remaining here in the second period.
It's kind of a guideline when you're making that play. You go wide, you know you got trailer coming. If the trailer is coming towards you and he's in good, as an open stick, you can feed it to him. But if he's slanting away from you and he's parallel to you, it's a really dangerous pass because you're throwing that pass into the teeth of the back check.
Important face-off here late in the period. USA can't clear the zone. Pulkkinen sends it wide. The second period comes to a close. Team USA yet to find the back of the net. Finland gets it going just a minute 21 into the second period. USA outshot Finland, Dave, in the second period 16-5, but it was Finland finding the only goal early in the second, and they lead 1-0 after 2.
No, the one thing is that by scoring early, they grabbed the momentum of the period early and were able to take it. But I think when you take a look at this period and you take a look at this game overall, the U.S. has been in control of this game for most of it. They have been beaten by, and I mean beaten in terms of shots versus no goals, beaten by a Finnish goaltender who's just been really strong. However, we've seen a lot of rebounds. Rebound play and scrambles in front of the net can be a big factor in period 3.
How will USA respond? 3 points on the line here today in Edmonton. Finland, the only goal of the game. They lead USA 1-0. NHL on the fly coming up next.
Welcome back to Edmonton, Alberta. 2 periods complete, and it is a 1-0 lead for Team Finland over Team USA. Dave Starman and Matt Rosen upstairs, and as those fellas have discussed, Team USA has gotten plenty of scoring chances. Some good goaltending at times from Finland, and some good work by the defensemen to create traffic in front, forcing Team USA to alter shots. and make extra passes. And then, of course, clearing the zone for their netminder. So maybe a combination of urgency and patience here for head coach Dean Blaze as his third period gets underway. We're hoping to have an opportunity to talk to him here in just a moment as Team Finland makes their way onto their bench. Other end of the ice, I'd like to hear what Dave Starman thinks at some point about Gibson in net for Team USA. Hasn't faced a lot of rubber, but he looks very, very confident thus far in the hockey game. And I think we're going to get close to puck drop here, fellas, so I'll send it upstairs to you.
All right, thanks very much, Rob. We were hoping to have head coach Dean Blaze with Rob, but the coach a little late getting over to the bench as we are set to go for the start of the third period. USA will begin with Charlie Coyle, Brandon Saad, and Emerson Edom up front with John Merrill and Jared Tenorti along the blue line. For Team USA, you can't feel too nervous about this game. You have a lot of experience on this team. It's an older group, a lot of 19-year-olds, just 2 players under the age of 19 on the squad.
The bottom line is the U.S. can score. That's the one thing. You know, head coach Dean Blaze knows a couple of things about his team. Number one, they've got some tenacity to them. And number two, this team can push the pace and score goals. And, you know, the one thing that he has talked to them about is their resiliency. He wants them to continue just to improve on a game-by-game basis and a shift-by-shift basis. If you go break the film of this game down, you're going to realize Team USA has played well through 2 periods. They just haven't scored.
Until now, the centering pass in front was redirected by Brandon Saad. It's a 1-1 game, just 19 seconds in.
Well, I tell you, he knows he can score, and they get one right there. They get the game tied up, and they get it done early, and it takes a lot of pressure off. It's a lost draw, and then a 1 draw. You give the win to the U.S. on that. Coyle lost the original and poked out the second one to get the opportunity, and big Brandon Saad stuck behind the defense for a chance to do it. Saad went to the net, stick down. Emerson even went to the corner and threw the puck to the front of the net, hoping that he was going to find a rebound or anything, a fluke, where the puck bounced around. Saad happened to have been there. He got behind the defense. Sweden's defense early here in period number 1 falls asleep. The play by Coyle to get a secondary win off the faceoff is the entire key to the play.
So Brandon Saad with his first goal of the tournament. Emerson Edom gets an assist along with Charlie Coyle, and that line does it again. A huge start to this second period. Team USA now looking for more as Kyle Rao takes it into the corner. Drops off for Bjugstad. So Rao and Bjugstad, who had success on Monday, now reunited in the third period.
And you can make a case that Austin Czarnik plays a lot like Zach Budish does, their line mate at the University of Minnesota, so there should be a lot of comfort level here.
As that play is whistled down for an offside.
Interesting. I always like to look at who teams come out with after a goal gets scored. Goals for and goals against. The shift after that is the biggest shift of the period up until that time. And Team USA comes out with a big body in Bjugstad, and he's got speed on the wings to continue to push that pace and push forward. And when you get a situation like that, you start to see who the coach is counting on for big shifts.
This line here is Tynan with Zucker and Archibald. So Dean Blaze mixing things up to start the third period, trying to generate offense. They generated it right off the draw. Let's see how it progresses here in the third period. That shot sails wide by Hovinen. And the puck comes back out to center ice. Dave, take it.
Sorry, Matt. The one thing that Dean said about the 2010 team and the way he prepared that team was that the guys in the locker room were ready for anything, whether it be line changes,
Tynan with a quick shot saved by Adacalio,
or anything else along, moving a defenseman up if they had to. Whatever the case was, the team mentally was prepared to accept changes on the fly, and here's one example now.
Zucker down the left wing. His shot sails wide off the glass. Watson comes in, bangs a body, and out goes Painen for Finland across the blue line, offside.
So now it's funny, the spotlight once again now turns back to the U.S. goaltender, John Gibson, one of a few Pennsylvania or Pittsburgh area kids on this roster. And Gibson's played pretty well tonight. He hasn't been tested a ton, but when he has been tested, he has been sharp, and he now carries the mail. The USA got the game tied up, and now his job is just hold the fort and let the big boys in front of him go to work.
Nice job not allowing a rebound on that last shot that trickled in.
It's interesting. He's a huge Pittsburgh Penguin fan. Him and his dad were, and, was a big Mario Lemieux fan as well, because I watched Mario a ton growing up, and when he made his comeback, my dad and I were probably the first people in the building to watch that comeback. And there it was on December 27th of 2000 when Lemieux came back and was a dominant factor in that game, scoring a couple goals and being the first star. And just Gibson said, you know, my era, it's funny, we're talking about the goalies.
Quick shot off the faceoff by Granlund, stopped by Gibson as it trickled in on him out to center ice, dumped right back in.
Said, obviously, I love Lemieux, but I like my goalies too. He goes, well, I grew up in an area where the Penguins goaltenders weren't very good. He goes, until Marc-Andre Fleury came in, there was a big gap between Barrasso and Fleury.
Boyle centering pass goes through the skates of Brandon Saad, and now comes Finland the other way. Granlund with a shot and a glove save by Gibson. He holds on for the whistle. 2:27 to go, gone by in the third period. Rob, what do you have?
John Merrill, good stick as that opportunity, grade A scoring chance. He got his stick against Granlund's and prevented a good shot from going up.
Yeah, the one thing about Merrill, and you make a good point there, Rob, but the one thing about Merrill is his ability to turn out and face the rush. And, you know, he's as fleet of foot as a lot of forwards that he faces, and playing at the University of Michigan. And you know, the thing that he can do really well, he angles well, inside shoulder to inside shoulder. He can read skates that go wide, and that gives him a good chance to pivot out and keep his body between the player and the net.
USA out with Bukestad, Zarnik, and Rao on this line. As the puck is chipped off the glass, skating back to get it is Riikola. Out for Ristolainen. And Salomaki takes over, gives back to Ristolainen. Up ahead for Donskoy. And now the puck comes into the corner of Bukestad. Is forced behind, swung around the boards, near side. Obinin takes a hit from Zarnik. And Stephen Johns comes to get it for Team USA. Out to center for Rao. He goes off for a change as he dumps it in deep. Quiet building here now, here in the third period. A lot of Canadian fans, obviously. We are in the heart of Canada in Edmonton. The Canadian fans became Denmark fans on Monday afternoon, or Monday night when Team USA took on Team Denmark. Today, they're rooting for Finland.
They will root for anybody with the red, white, and blue.
Here's Jason Zucker carrying across the blue line, shooting wide. Off the boards. Trouba couldn't keep it in. Racing ahead is Aaltonen.
This is where you got to be really careful. You coming in on your wing, take a shot.
Ruutu cutting in, shot saved with the left pad by Gibson. Another good save by John Gibson. TJ Tynan the other way. Tynan, wrist shot off the leg of Hakanpää. Zucker behind the net. Now it's Tynan. Centering pass out in front. Watson couldn't get it. Now a rebound on the backhand. And that was pushed wide. Good idea by Tynan. Watson just had a little trouble with it.
Just to tie that up, if you're on your wing and you take that shot that low, it's got to hit the net, because if it doesn't, you're creating a breakout the other way.
Mäkinen fires wide. Merrill has it for Team USA. Pushed up for Miller. He turns it over. But Arnold takes it right back at center ice. Arnold, some nice moves. Arnold pushed wide. Arnold again to the point. Tenorti winds up, pulls it down. Tenorti, wrist shot. Saved by Atacalio. And he holds on for a whistle. 15-12 remaining here in the third period. Looking for Team USA apparel? Get all your official Team USA jerseys, clothing, and more at shopusahockey.com. And be sure to take advantage of their end-of-season sale happening right now. Face-off coming deep in the Finland zone. As Dean Blaze sends out Bill Arnold to take the draw. He's got Austin Watson on his right and JT Miller on his left. So Miller injured a little bit earlier in the game as he took a knee. He's back out. He's been fine. So that's a good sign for Team USA as they're already down a forward in Connor Brickley, who we mentioned earlier got hurt in Monday's game. The referee and the linesman are having a long discussion with Sammy Atacalio. Looks like maybe some equipment problems.
In the double IHF rulebook, you get about 10-15 seconds to get yourself squared away, but if you can't fix the problem, you've got to come off and have the other goaltender replace you.
Off win by Finland. Pulkkinen across the blue line. Granlund sends in. Gibson gloves it. And he holds on and takes a hit from Marcus Granlund, as he was driving hard to the net. USA taking offense to that, as you don't want to mess with a team's goaltender.
Obviously in the defensive zone, that's one area that's going to be a key point here for Team USA, and playing well and playing strong down low. And the one thing that they have going for them is an easy save by Gibson. They've got centermen who are really good in their own end, whether it be Arnold or Zarnik or Bukestad or Coyle. I mean, their centers are really responsible down low, and I think for them it's been a big story in this game, while the Finns only have 14 shots. But the U.S. centermen have done a nice job at breaking up some offense down low, not letting the Finns get their cycle game going. Little face-off play by the Finns here with Puckett up top of the circle. That's when Coyle knows that he's battling in the draw here.
Emerson Edom was forced to take the draw. Denordi has it in the corner, so Edom now joins this line with Saad and Coyle. So Zucker moved down a bit. Edom comes up. Puck goes off a few skates as it plays pinball, sent back into the USA-N. Grabbed by Merrill. And a turnover at the blue line. That shot blocked away by Gibson. Centering pass comes all the way through to the point. Boca looks, Edom on him. That shot goes high off the chest of Coyle, who knocks it down. Pushes it up for Edom. Coyle will go off for a change as the puck is grabbed right back by Finland. Bulkinen across the blue line. Wrist shot high and wide. Going to go blocker side on Gibson. The referee took a spill behind the net. Here goes Bukestad down the right wing. Bukestad winds up and fires off the glass. Gravel keeps it in at the blue line. Sent back in deep. Rao in the corner. Rao looking to center. Finds Glendening from the point with a shot, and Tacalio eats it up. 13:51 to go. Third period. USA with an early goal to start the third. They've tied it at 1.
Well, USA Hockey announces the retirement of one of the great players that's ever played on the men's or women's side, and Angela Ruggiero, gold medalist, two-time silver medalist, and a Patty Kazmaier Award winner. She played at Harvard, played on a lot of the national teams, and had the opportunity to do some broadcasting with her too, a couple of women's Frozen Fours, and wish her all the best. She's a good buddy and a great player.
And she meant a lot to the women's hockey program for Team USA. Announcing the retirement today. That puck is played to center ice. Bukestad takes it 2-on-1 with Rao. Bukestad shoots, save. Tacalio rebound is poked aside by Hakanpää to the blue line. Gravel. Bukestad creates some space. That shot goes off the blocker of Tacalio. As Rao sends it in on goal, it's covered up for a whistle. Stopping play, 13:15 remaining, third period. Here's that last chance.
There's an offensive tactic called using the eyes of the puck, and Bukestad does it right here. He comes in on his wing and goes short side on the goaltender. Why? Because the puck can see the short side. It can't see the far side of the net. What your eyes see and what the puck sees is a whole different ball game. When you come in on your wing, sometimes the best thing to do is shoot short side, because that's where the puck has some room to find pay dirt in the back of the net. And I like the idea of Bukestad right there. It didn't overcomplicate things. Got a good shot on goal.
Face off to the left of Tacalio. Won by Finland, and it's sent all the way down into the USA end. Icing called off. As Archibald couldn't play it in his skates. Denordi has it. Leads Tynan. Tynan with a wrist shot. It's deflected high and over the net.
Not a bad idea. He came in 1-on-4 and he had no options, and he kept the puck moving forward. I like it. Instead of delaying and trying to do something and risking getting swallowed up by 4 attackers, he just got the puck moving towards the net.
And TJ Tynan knows how to score. He has 81 points in 64 career college games at Notre Dame. Bulkinen for Finland. Waits to the point. Hovinen. That shot blocked off of Archibald. Barkov lost it. Here goes TJ Tynan. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Now it's a 3-on-3 across the blue line as Zucker dumps in. He goes off for a line change.
Tynan's got a big winger at Notre Dame named Anders Lee, who was a tremendous football player in the state of Minnesota as well as a hockey player. And those two work magic together, and you can see Tynan playing with that same kind of jam here with Team USA. A lot of first-round picks on this USA squad, and JT Miller of the Rangers was the only 2011 pick. The rest in 2010, the highest being Jack Campbell by the Dallas Stars, and that is a good-looking lineup that you'll see in the National Hockey League.
A lot of future NHL players on the ice here for Team USA. Miller winds up and fires. That went off the glove of Atacalio.
It's funny.
Up into the netting, stopping play.
It's funny. I talked to Miller a little bit last week, and I said, were you surprised that the Rangers had drafted you? And he said, they gave me very little indication. They only spoke to me for a couple of minutes at the Combine. I really had no idea that they were coming, but then he found out afterwards that they really had their eye on him for a good long time. And he said, you guys got to ease my tension a little bit if you had let me know.
Yeah, and I had a chance to talk with Glenn Sather and Mike Barnett. Glenn Sather, the general manager for the New York Rangers, talked to those guys. They absolutely loved JT Miller, thought he had a terrific camp. And I think they expect to see him playing for the New York Rangers pretty soon.
He and Chris Kreider could look pretty good together on a line.
They would. Don't forget Derek Stepan out there. Trouba with a shot. Saved with the left pad. Altacalio. Rebound is taken by Finland, and out they come. A 3-on-2 if they hurry. Down the left wing. Down the line, it's tipped. Oh, good chance. A good hit now. Behind by JT Miller. Out comes Jake Trouba. Trouba going wide. Trouba to the net. Pushed it just wide. He draws a penalty. A good play by Jake Trouba, driving hard to the net. And Riikola is going to go off. Power play for USA coming up, and it couldn't come at a better time.
3 great plays there. The 3-on-2, Arnold comes back and eliminates a man. Miller paced this guy in the corner. Nobody had any gas left except Trouba. Trouba picked up the puck, knew he was by himself, and figured it's time to go. He went down the far side of the ice away from the benches to give his team a chance to change. That was one of the smart plays he made there. And then he took it all the way to the net because he had no other option. I love the play Trouba made here. Picks it up, knows he's got no option, stays away from the benches to give some time to change, and draws a penalty too. Wow. I mean, that's hockey sense times 3 in one quick play.
So Riikola's in the box for holding. Time of the penalty, 8:54. USA's third power play of the game. They are 0 for 2. Coyle, Edom, Saad, Glendening, and Bugstad for Team USA. Michael Granlund works it out. He gets knocked down by Glendening. Coyle regroups. The younger Granlund draws a penalty. And that'll end the power play for Team USA.
Granlund skating through the crease. He and the goaltender make some contact, and we'll get a chance to see it here. Keep your eye on 35. Yeah, you know what? That's a good call.
He stuck out the leg. He did.
That's just a bad play by Gibson. That's not smart. This is a chance where you can really grab the game by the throat. Just a bad decision by Gibson. Has played terrific. Watch Gibson come out, turns his body, and gets there's no need. Just sit on the goal line and wait.
You know, it's one thing you want to get in the way a little bit, but you could clearly see there was one shot there. You could see him stick out that left leg. Not a smart play by the Team USA goaltender. So we'll skate 4 aside for 1:45. And then Finland will have a power play for 15 seconds. So Gibson for interference. Time of the penalty, 9:09. Bugstad will serve the penalty for Team USA. Edom down the left wing. He shot that one wide off the boards. Here goes Finland the other way. Michael Granlund. Pulkkinen, he chips it in. Tenorti had it taken away by Pulkkinen. Pulkkinen centering pass, looking for Mäkinen, and it comes all the way through.
4-on-4. You better be real accurate with your shots, because now there's more ice available. And again, you come down on that wing and you rip one and you miss the net, especially far side. You are creating instant breakouts the other way.
Pulkkinen to Granlund, couldn't get the shot off. Here goes Edom trying to gain some speed. Edom takes it wide, winds up, big shot saved by Atacalio. As that centering pass comes through, looking for Coyle. Coyle now looking for the tip off the Trouba shot. Forbort comes in off the stick of Coyle all the way around. Jason Zucker now on the ice for Team USA as Edom goes off for a line change. That puck sent in by Ristolainen, gloved by Gibson, and he holds on for a whistle with 37 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4. NHL Network's new nightly signature show is NHL Tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern time on a nightly basis tonight, immediately following the Canada-Czech Republic game. NHL Tonight, every highlight, every game, every night, right here on the NHL Network. Trouba's pass behind Coyle. He's got to pull up. He's got it again. Nice pass to Zucker off his stick. Forbert winds up, fires, tipped by Coyle, and a save by Adekalio. Rebound right through the crease as Zucker tried that wraparound. Granlund couldn't clear. Forbert, some stick handling, now gave it up. 3-on-2 for Finland. Nice pass. Here comes Arnia to the net. He scores! Joel Arnia! He got behind Team USA's defense and able to slide it past John Gibson, and it's a 2-1 Finland lead.
Well, in the offensive zone, Derek Forbert on the left point had the puck. He got closed up on pretty quickly, and they forced him into a turnover. And when that turnover happened, Finland came the other way, and they came with a tremendous amount of speed. Tic-tac-toe through, and they finished it off with a goal. And I was looking at the referee to see about whether or not there was going to be a penalty here. Trouba made the best play he could when he turned around. He tried to pivot out, but the speed of Arnie was so quick, and the puck going through the legs of Gibson. Gibson's positioning wasn't bad, but it was such a scrambling situation in front of him.
And give Armia credit, because as Trouba came in, he used that left leg as a shield to keep Trouba's stick from coming and knocking the puck away. Great job by Armia. And let's see how Team USA reacts to this. Down 2-1, 9:07 to go here in the third period.
Team Finland goal.
Finland now on a power play for 15 seconds. As Riikola comes out of the penalty box, he's got the puck deep. To the point. Makinen. Spin move at the blue line, trying to get past Zarnik. Makinen sends it in off the glass. Balkanen. And he set it up, sends to the point. Hakanpää with the shot, save Gibson. Rebound try, off the skate and in! John Merrill was in front. I think it hit off his skate. And inside the far post, and just like that, Finland has a 2-goal lead.
When we say shifts after goals for and against, so the big shift. Emerson Edom did a flyby on a shot from the point. Give him credit for going down to take it off, or block it, but he lost sight of it, and that allowed almost a power play to set up, and then an unfortunate bounce. As the puck goes through in the front of the net, you throw the puck to the front, good things happen. Finland had some numbers down there as well, but the play at the point with the attempted block shot that went awry really is what opened up the door for Finland to get that puck moving down low, and Dean Blaze is going to call a timeout and settle this thing down a little bit.
So Michael Granlund will get credit for the goal as he threw it in front and went off the skate of Merrill. And now that timeout, as you mentioned, taken by Dean Blaze. 8:38 to go, third period. USA was playing so well here. They're out shooting Finland 35-20. They got the early goal to tie it here in the third period, but Finland a couple quick goals. The first coming at 10:53, the second coming less than 2 minutes later, or less than a minute, or just over a minute later. And Finland has a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, having been through 3 of these, now being at my 4th, gut check times and turning points in tournaments can happen at any moment. For the U.S., they are sitting right now on a big one, because here their margin of error, should they lose this game, gets a little tighter, because you get the Canadians on New Year's Eve, and that's never an easy battle. So you're looking at the possibility of 2-2, 3-1, and 4-0 as your realistic, your realistic records coming out of the opening thing here.
Driving to the net goes Archibald, but Finland able to keep him away. Now a hit behind the play. There's a hurt Finnish player. It's Salamaki as he collided with Archibald. USA working it out. Jason Zucker forces it to center ice. That puck taken back by Hovinen. Sent into the offensive zone by Barkov as he takes a hit along the USA bench. Tynan couldn't clear, bouncing puck. Altonen to Barkov, back to Altonen with a shot, save with the right pad of Gibson. He didn't know where it was. It went behind the net. Hoka at the right point. Hides it off the boards, comes all the way to Hovinen. Ruutu had it go off his stick. Tynan able to loft it up into the USA bench and out of play. 7:34 to go, third period. The Finns with a couple quick goals. They have a 2-goal lead.
Third period, 3-1 Finland. Puck luck is a factor, of course, in every hockey game. Second goal from Armia was a change-up, kind of sleight of hand. He never really took the shot he intended to take, and it went through the legs of Gibson. And then obviously on the third goal, off a defenseman's skate. Tough breaks for Team USA here in the third period, guys.
Rough. 2 goals by Team Finland in a span of 45 seconds. Have opened this game up. Pulkkinen with a shot, saved by Gibson, no rebound. Granlund with the second goal, Armia with the first. And as John Gibson has faced 23 shots from Team Finland and has stopped 20 of them. Right now it's about Team USA finding that offense.
Well, I think when you take a look at the way they played, I mean, the offense has been there again. The Finnish goaltender's been good, but you know they have found the formula to they've gained the zone on the rush. They have gotten chances in front of the net. And it's about execution now.
I think also something that USA needs to maybe do a better job of getting second chances, getting the rebounds, getting hard to the net, and making Atacalio really work. They've gotten some good chances, as you said, yes, but second and third opportunities, I think that's what USA's been lacking a little bit in this game. There's a shot by Salomaki. That stopped with the right blocker of John Gibson. Salomaki again, pushed aside. Zarnik for Bjugstad. There's Nick Bjugstad. Lost it at the blue line. Ruutu takes over. Salomaki sends back into the USA-N. Jason Zucker, the captain for Team USA, cuts in 1-on-3. Merrill takes a hit by Barkov. The puck grabbed back by Finland, back out to center ice. Will Arnold takes it away from Ruutu. Tenorti comes over to help out. He fires it off the boards all the way down. This will be an icing to stop play with 6:08 to go here in the third period. Here's a look at the upcoming schedule on the NHL Network. Friday, the Czech Republic take on USA. That game at 3:30 Eastern Time. The big game, USA-Canada. Saturday night, New Year's Eve at 8 p.m. Always a terrific game when those two teams get together.
You know, every game gets a little more important once you get one in the loss column. This game is far from over, but again, you know, when you start thinking about moving over into the crossovers, the last thing you want to have to do is play 3 games in the medal round as opposed to 2. So your goal is to try to win your pool, so you only have to play those 2.
Bouncing puck taken by Finland. That shot by Pajanen was tipped wide. Merrill and Pajanen along the boards. Pajanen number 29 for Finland. Behind the goal line. Big hit by Tenorti as he rubbed Kernan into the boards. Austin Watson taken back by Pajanen, sent back into the USA-N. USA able to dump in. Charlie Coyle racing for it. Sharp angle shot. It had it tipped wide. Gravel in from the blue line. Couldn't keep it in. And here goes Finland. A turnover. And Saad able to get it to Coyle, and Coyle sends in deep. Granlund able to chip it off the boards. Clendening keeps it in. Sends back in, stopped by the goaltender, Atacalio. Emerson Edom collides. That puck went off a skate of Coyle and taken back by Michael Granlund. 4:50 to go, third period. Team USA needs to get one quickly. You get one, then you start thinking about 2. That pass goes off a stick, comes back to Granlund. And now it's Marcus Granlund who tips it for Pulkkinen behind the net. Clendening all over him. Marcus knocked off by Charlie Coyle. Gravel is there. Finland just eating up some clock now. Coyle up for Glendening. And now it's Emerson Edom. Edom down the left wing. Sends one in on goal. Steered aside. As Forbort couldn't keep it in. Racing to get it, come back to get it is Tynan. Quickly back for Forbort. With 4 minutes to go. Third period. Centering pass tipped by Tynan and a nice save by Atacalio. Trouba, left side. Taken back by Finland and out to center ice. Good job by Jonas Donskoi.
That was some shift by TJ Tynan. Good back check to get a puck and cranked up speed and was the recipient of a great pass for a late opportunity. Tynan's really worked hard this game.
Puck taken back by Finland. They floated in front and it goes in. With his second goal of the game, he beats John Gibson. And it's a 4-1 Finland lead.
You know, I've often said that teams that win the half ball tend to win hockey games, and here's a half ball battle that Derek Forbort loses. It's a 1-on-2 for a while, becomes a 1-on-1, and Finland comes away with the puck out of the 2-on-2, and they throw it to the front of the net. And good things have happened for the Finns when they've just put the puck on goal. Think about the goals that Finland has scored as Gibson tries to make a good play with the poke check. I think Gibson did everything right on that particular play. Went for the poke check, tried to make something happen there, not allow a shot, and just a little poke gets it through. But Finland winning a battle. Finland throwing pucks to the net. They've had a couple of they've had a knuckleball, an off the skate, and a little play like that for their 3 goals this period.
Armia is second of the game from Jonas Donskoi. Time of the goal 16:27, so a 4-1 Finland lead. And all you can say now is, wow, Monday, Canada defeated Finland by a score of 8-1. Finland just couldn't get anything going in that game. And you thought, maybe it wasn't the finish here, but they've responded very well in this game. And 3 third-period goals have opened it up as John Gibson covers up that finish shot with 2:44 to go here in the third period.
Yeah, now, I'll say this, looking back from experience on some of these past ones, sometimes you lose a game in the opening round and it's good for you because you can go into that crossover round with a little bit high on confidence going in 4-0, and sometimes you don't get battle tested. So adversity tends to introduce you to yourself. And a loss like this, provided they don't come back in the next 240, it can really open up some eyes and force some soul searching.
Billy Arnold trying to work it in. Do you think that Team USA maybe was a little overconfident after the Monday win against Denmark, where they just were able to score at will? They scored 11 goals in the game?
No, because they knew they were playing an inferior team. I don't think overconfidence played into it. The U.S. respects the Finns, and the Finns the last 2 World Junior tournaments have played the Americans about as well as anybody, and that includes the Canadians. So I don't think the overconfidence factor was a part of it. The bottom line is the Finnish goaltender won the game for him, if it stays this way.
Christopher Gibson played in goal for Finland on Monday, and he allowed all 8 goals. Today, it's been Atacalio. He's been absolutely terrific. A rebound try as Miller just could not get the shot off. Watson had to go through his legs. Merrill at the blue line. That shot blocked by Finland. The puck cleared all the way down the ice. And this will be an icing. The faceoff will come deep in the Finland zone. Now, if the game were to end today, if we give the win to Finland, here's what you see. Canada 1-0. The Czech Republic 1-0. The United States and Finland both 1-1. So you must be in that top 3 in order to advance.
It looks like the Finns might have called timeout here just to catch their breath off the icing, as the U.S. had some good pressure, and nice job by Raymond Hellman in there to make sure his troops have some wind. And we were talking before about you start to think ahead into the crossover round. You're coming out of the other pool, you figure the Swedes and the Russians probably come out 1-2. So now the rest of this tournament, it's you're not looking at must-win situation, especially that Canada game New Year's Eve. But now that game gets a whole lot more important, because if you finish 3 in your pool, you're looking at the Russians or the Swedes as the crossover game to open up in the semifinals. If you're the 2 seed coming out on this side, you're looking at the third-place team, and that more than likely could be the Swiss. So it makes a huge difference where you shake out in the round robin.
After the timeout, the face-off will come deep in the Finnish zone. John Gibson stays in net for Team USA. So with USA trailing by 3 goals, Dean Blaze elects not to pull the goaltender.
Yeah, you think goal differential here just in case down the road that becomes a factor.
Team USA responded in the third period early. They got a quick goal to tie the game at 1. But then Finland, with 2 goals within the span of 45 seconds, made it a 3-1 game. And then a late goal here in the third has now made it 4-1. That puck comes off the skate of Coyle behind the net, taken by Granlund. Couldn't get it past the 6'7" frame of Jared Tenorti. Fans starting to get excited for a USA loss, as this crowd is very much pro-Canada. Puck comes out in front, just wide off the stick of Saad. Edom couldn't tee it up. Marcus Granlund out to center ice for Pulkkinen. And here's Granlund all alone. Granlund in, save by Gibson. Nice save by John Gibson. Riikola dumps back behind. Granlund with 20 seconds on the clock. A whistle comes in, stopping play. Michael Granlund, we've been talking about him all game. One of the best players in this tournament.
He gets nice separation. The thing that makes him an elite player is his ability to get separation in the crowd. Finland came out with a real lazy breakout, and Granlund recognized that he was going to have some space to get into and jump to it. Gibson, you give him credit. Gibson has competed to the end. He has had a third period that is every goaltender's nightmare. You talk about a breakaway that was a broken play and a puck that rolls up on you and through you. You're talking about a centering pass to the front of the net that hits a skate and goes in. And then you take a look at the last goal that got scored on where you do everything right. You're going to make a poke check, take the player out, cover the puck before it comes to the net, and it squeaks through you.
A penalty to Team USA for too many men has been assessed. Charlie Coyle's in the penalty box. So Team Finland, they respond well. After getting blown out by Canada on Monday, they come back to defeat Team USA 4-1 here this afternoon. What a third period, as you thought Team USA had the momentum as they were down 1-0 heading into the third. They come back, they were able to get on the board, tie the game early, and then Finland able to keep going, got a couple lucky bounces, or got a couple of bounces that went their way, and they were able to claim this victory 4-1. So a disappointing loss for Team USA as they now drop to 1-1 here in this tournament.
Oh, the one thing you have to remember if you're a fan of the red, white, and blue, and that is, the tournament far from over, and this could again could be a good thing for them. This could be the wake-up call you want that launches you into the next round. Sometimes you get a big win in that first win, and while nobody's really reflecting on the score, nobody was getting a little too high on the hog about it, a loss like this kind of gives your coaching staff a little bit of ownership of your team back. And it gets their attention, it gets their eyeballs and their ears a little bit more focused on what the message is. And with Dean Blaze, that message comes pretty quick, and it comes down pretty hard, and I guarantee it starts tonight.
So Team USA's next game is against the Czech Republic on Friday. And I would assume that we would see Jack Campbell back in net for Team USA. Your thoughts on John Gibson today?
I thought John Gibson played well. I thought he was really victimized by 3 bizarre goals in period number 3. But the bottom line is Gibson made some big saves when he had to early. I think he gave the U.S. some confidence to really continue to push the pace and get in their own zone, or get in the offensive zone and make some things happen. I thought the U.S. as a whole did some nice things, as Jared Tenorti is the player of the game for Team USA. I thought they did some nice things. I thought they were good on the rush. I thought they went to the net well. And you made a good point about second and third chances sometimes didn't happen as well, but their attack aspect was good.
And you take a look at the player of the game for Finland, Sami Auttakallio. He was outstanding, faced 39 shots from Team USA, made 38 saves. He was spectacular. and really the difference in the game.
Might have been the best goaltending performance I've seen against the U.S. since Jaroslav Janeš of Slovakia won a quarterfinal or semifinal game against the U.S. in Ottawa in 2009.
The tradition in international play, the winning team's national anthem will be played.
Chapeau ou casquette pour l'hymne national de l'équipe gagnante, la Finlande.
Finnish national anthem as Team Finland has defeated Team USA by a score of 4-1. A big comeback win for Finland as they did not look good in their opening game. They bounced back here with a big win against Team USA. The Americans are going to have to regroup against the Czech Republic on Friday. We'll be right back to wrap things up from Edmonton in a moment. Finland, they win 4-1.